Musketeers, and welcome to Mondays with Mickey. My name is Mike Knigge, and I am your host, and this is the week of November 16th, 2015. This week, I'm trying a slightly different format from normal. For those who are familiar with my show, you know it's a video show, and it's going to continue being a video show for the most part. But this week, with everything I had on my plate, I thought, hey, why don't we try an audio show and see how that goes? I know it's going to shorten things a little bit, so we'll try something different, see how you guys like it, and, if you do, great, maybe we'll do more in the future, particularly whenever I'm in a crunch on, when life gets in the way. Otherwise, hey, at least we tried something different, and, we can always move on from there. But this week, we're going to talk about our visit to the area formerly known as Downtown Disney from our trip in September of this year, 2015. But before I get into that, I'm going to go ahead and jump into two pieces of news, both of them coming out of Epcot down in Walt Disney World. The first one was earlier in the week. Many of you have probably already heard about this. Was that a gentleman who felt that alcohol was his friend, and too much so, thought it would be a phantasmic idea to climb the Mayan temple in the Mexico Pavilion over in World Showcase. There are pictures, small video clips from all over YouTube about this guy climbing the steps. Now, I don't know full details as to what happened with this gentleman, but knowing Disney, he is probably banned for life. Again, I don't have full details on what ended up happening to him, just that I've seen the videos of him climbing. But some of the results that have come from this are no climbing signs on either side of the wall that leads up to the steps that go up the pyramid, as well as a guard that they have posted there to make sure nobody gets that idea and thinks it's cute to climb. Now, whether Disney is going to decide to keep that guard there forever or not, it remains to be seen. But the reality is, I believe what the deal is that there's a lot of hype around somebody climbing up those steps. So my guess is there'll be a guard there for several months, maybe even a year. And then once the whole let's climb the pyramid, thing fades out of people's consciousness, the guard will fade out of consciousness as well. I mean, if there's no more incidents where the guard's having to stop somebody, then there's no need for the guard. But for now, I fully get it because, like I said, it's in the forefront of people's minds. They've seen somebody do it, especially once you introduce booze to somebody who's that foolish. You never know. So for right now, they're just taking steps to be careful. And unfortunately, I'm guessing that those signs will remain there forever to make sure no one does it again. Or that if somebody does do it, they can at least say, hey, look, it was posted. Sorry, buddy. So that was the first piece of news, and it came from earlier in the week. The second piece of news came about midweek, talking about the closure of Captain EO and what is coming to replace it. For those of you who are not familiar with Captain EO, basically it's a space-age show about saving the world from an invasion, and its main star is Michael Jackson. The music is his, and anybody who's seen any of his videos from the 80s, it's definitely in that very stylized look. It's been a staple at Epcot since the 80s. So for those who've gone to Epcot and have watched it, or at least have talked about Epcot, it's been around for quite a long time. So Disney announced that its replacement, but before they did that, they put up a poster showing, its last show is going to be December 6th. So they really never announced the closure per se, except for the posters, but they did announce what's going to replace it. So I guess that's their way of saying, by the way, it's going away. They are replacing it with Disney shorts. From what I understand, they've picked 3 of the more popular Disney shorts, and they're going to replace Captain EO, the film in the theater, with those 3 shorts. They've also mentioned that they're going to take advantage of the 4D effects that they were using for Captain EO. Captain EO being a 3D show with the 3D glasses, as well as some practical physical effects to make it the 4D show. They're going to be converting these effects to work well with those shorts. So you'll be able to actually experience and feel the shorts as opposed to just watching them. So no details as to how well that's going to work. but that is the direction they're going, and they seem pretty excited about it. So naturally, I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's probably a good change. Nothing against Captain EO or Michael Jackson or Lucas or anybody else who was involved in making it, but it is very dated, and I think it's time to be replaced. And if they're going to replace it with something, replacing it with Disney animation, the thing that made Walt Disney World and Walt Disneyland possible, I think that's a good way to go. So that concludes my news. So let me jump on into Downtown Disney, now called Disney Springs. When we went just before Downtown Disney was changed to Disney Springs. Obviously, the construction's been going on for quite a while, but once they reached that tipping point is when they, where they were more than halfway through, they went ahead and changed it to Disney Springs. But to the point, while we were there, it was still Downtown Disney. We visited twice. The first time we visited right after we arrived in Florida. We basically hit our hotel, dropped our stuff off, and went down to Downtown Disney. Now, obviously, you're watching this, so you've already seen the little video of the bus, showing up at All-Star to pick us up to take us to Downtown Disney. And as you've been listening to my voice, you've been kind of seeing pictures from our trip down there. The first day, we kind of wandered through stores. We checked out Earl of Sandwich, and we took advantage of Disney Quest. Part of the package we got, because we did take advantage of the free dining plan that came up for that time frame, was that we had to pick up either the Park Hopper or the Water Parks and More, or both. But there had to be something added to get the free dining. We chose Water Parks and More. Now, we did not take advantage of the Water Parks part, but we did take advantage of the More part, which included Disney Quest. Now, you're probably going, oh, well, it makes sense. I've seen a ton of pictures of video game names and things like that. Well, Disney Quest is coming to an end, okay? And we'd never seen Disney Quest, and we checked it out. So we wanted to make a point to check it out that first night, and it was actually really cool. We had a great time with it. But while I was in there, I was like, wow, some of these games are classic arcade games you don't see anymore. So yeah, I was having fun taking pictures of signs. So that's obviously not going to be all the pictures from Downtown Disney, but you're definitely going to see quite a few. So we checked out some of the shops, and I'll go ahead and talk about Earl of Sandwich. Earl of Sandwich, we ate both times we were at Downtown Disney, and we ate both times because we absolutely loved it the first time. My wife had the whole turkey dinner sandwich thing both times we went, and she's absolutely in love, and she's searching for the closest Earl's of Sandwich. Unfortunately, none of them are really close to where we live, so she's mildly depressed. Maybe one of the reasons why she's pushing so hard for us to go back to Disney next year. But we ate both times, and honestly, for the amount of money you're spending, the sandwiches are well worth it. The flavor is definitely top-notch. The portions are pretty good. And, at Disney prices, it's very reasonable. It's definitely a quick service meal. If you're on the dining plan, it counts as quick service. If you're paying for it out of pocket, it's a little pricey for a quick service, but not over the top, anything strange. But we enjoyed it. Like I said, we ate there twice. The first time we ate there on our own dime because we wanted to stretch our dining plan a little bit. The second time we ate there, we did eat on the dining plan. But very tasty. We really enjoyed it. It was quite possibly one of our more favorite meals of the trip. And it was our first meal and one of our last meals. But it was quick, in and out. We got our sandwiches, grubbed down on that, and then went back out to visit some of the stores like World of Disney, the Art of Shaving store. We went over by the boathouse, checked out the amphicars that were on the turntable. At the time, Jock Lindsay's bar hadn't opened yet, but we could see the construction on it. It was very close to being finished, so we got to check out some of that. Overall feeling, despite the fact that there were tons of construction walls, we absolutely enjoyed Downtown Disney, or what obviously is now called Disney Springs. In fact, for the rest of this, I'm going to go ahead and just call it Disney Springs and get used to that. We truly enjoyed Disney Springs. And, when we're walking through, rather than getting depressed about all the construction that was going on, we chose the positive road. we chose to walk through and say, you know what? Oh, look what's coming. Can't wait to see this. Oh, look, there's Planet Hollywood. Can't wait to see it when it becomes the observatory. And we were talking about all this stuff because we, obviously with us being really into Disney and me doing the whole vlog thing every week, we know all the details about what's coming. So it was fun to walk through and go, oh, so that's where this is going. Oh, that's the way this is going to look. So truly enjoyed it. So we hit Disney Quest afterwards, after we ate and kind of browsed some of the stores. And, I can say I'm sad to see it go. It was actually a lot of fun. I wanted to go back the second time when we hit Downtown Disney again after we did Animal Kingdom, but we were so beat. We just kind of hit some stores and ate and went back to the hotel. But Disney Quest was a lot of fun. I think it gets a bad rap. I'm kind of bummed to see it go. Yeah, it needs some updating, but overall, if you've ever liked an arcade, it was the quintessential arcade. Everything from virtual reality games to your classic like Dig Dug and Mario Brothers and Spy Hunter and things like that. They had the Astro Blasters thing where you're in a car and you're a spaceship car thing. And you're picking up asteroids and shooting other cars. It was a ton of fun. They say it was an indoor theme park, and they're not kidding. It really is an indoor theme park. My whole family loved it. And we really like I said, we want to take advantage of seeing it before it went away. The whole opportunity to see Fix-It Felix game from the movie Wreck-It Ralph was awesome. And my son and my family liked it. We played around with it. They also took the opportunity to hit up some of the coin presses for Wreck-It Ralph. So overall, really enjoyed Disney Quest. Obviously, you're seeing a bunch of video game titles, but there's also the front of Disney Quest in there a little bit. I didn't get too much of inside of Disney Quest because we were so focused on playing around and having fun. It was our first night, and I had just driven, 12 hours to get there. So overall, we really enjoyed it. We had a great time at Disney Springs. Like I said, we hit tons of the stores. I think I already mentioned Art of Shaving. We hit World of Disney, the Lego store, which was awesome. The massive statues of figures they've made were just unbelievable to see. My wife found a mini Stormtrooper Lego figure that she kind of fell in love with. There were the D-Tech store. I mean, the Marvel store, the Marvel superhero headquarters. That was really cool, although really small. We really enjoyed the store. We thought it was really cool looking. But the one thing that did take us back is how small it is. And now I don't know if they intend to, once they expand, out with Disney Springs, I don't know if they intend to move it to another location that's larger, and this is just temporary, or if this is going to be the permanent location. But as busy as it was, it really needed to be in a bigger location. Once Upon a Toy was really cool. They had the Christmas store, which was a lot of fun. One of the interesting things we saw there, and if we were there during the Christmas season, we definitely would have taken advantage of it, was they have a Christmas scene set up with like the Disney characters dressed up in Christmas outfits and snow and whatever that you can go take pictures with. And we toyed with the idea of taking it for this year, but we had so much going on, we just kind of passed on it. But overall, a fun atmosphere. There was live music while we were there. There was a ton that we didn't even see because obviously we had the kids in tow. Next time we go, I think we'll explore it a little more thoroughly. But it was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it. I would recommend that anybody who goes down to Walt Disney World, if you've got a free evening, take advantage of Disney Springs. It really is a fun place, and there's a lot opening up over the next year. We weren't there for Jock Lindsay's. We weren't going to be there for Morimoto's opening. I did just hear, I guess this is technically a piece of news, that at the beginning of the year they're going to be closing Planet Hollywood till the summer because they're turning it into the observatory, Planet Hollywood. So there's a lot coming between restaurants and stores, and there's a lot open there now. So I highly recommend it. If you guys if you're going to Walt Disney World and you've got time, stop by, check it out. Well worth your time. with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of y'all's hair for the week. I hope you guys enjoyed all these pictures from downtown Disney. I also threw in some pictures and whatnot from our drive down. You're probably going, wow, there's no dolphins at downtown Disney. No, but I figured why not? Since I was doing an audio show, I'll throw in some pictures from the drive down as well. Hope you guys enjoyed them. Next week, we'll be back to a regular video show. And I believe next week, I'm going to go ahead and start my series on Hollywood Studios, or what will be whatever studios it's going to be when it's finished. And with that said, Walt said it best. I hope we never lose sight of one thing. This was all started by Mouse. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to listen to me yap about Disney, and we'll see you guys next week.